Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the collab that James Charles did a few weeks ago with a bunch of different influencers. We're gonna be talking about how that accurately represents what the beauty community is when it comes to YouTube. So if you guys are interested in this video, go ahead and keep watching. Before I get started, make sure you click subscribe for new content every time I post. And do not forget to click the notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I upload a video. So a few weeks ago, James Charles uploaded a video onto YouTube and it was called The Biggest Beauty Collab in History. So in that video, it included Nikki Tutorials, Manny MUA, Bretman Rock, Nikita Dragon, Patrick Starr, Louie, and I think her name is Mikey, and then of course James Charles. So out of all of those people, if you're not familiar with them, you will notice that there is not a single Black beauty influencer that was incorporated into that video. Now, it does include trans people, it does include people of color, it does include cis people, it does include straight people. Like, it was inclusive, but it was not all inclusive. And I mean, I obviously wasn't the only person to notice, because underneath the comments, people were asking, what about the Black people? How come there were no Black people? Where are the Black influencers? And I know specifically people were asking about 3 Black influencers. They were asking about Nima Tang, Jackie Aina, and Alyssa Ashley. Now, Nima did respond and say, yes, James did ask me to be in this video, but I was busy at the time and couldn't do it. Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley never responded. They never said, he asked me, he didn't ask me, but somebody said something along the lines of, I would have loved to see an Alyssa Ashley or Jackie Aina, and James responded with something along the lines of, I asked them and I would have loved to have seen them as well. So it seems as if he reached out to at least 3 Black influencers. But what I found funny is those were the only 3 Black influencers that were asked about, which is a problem in itself. Because say he didn't include any trans people, people would have listed dozens and dozens of trans people that he could have included. Say he didn't include any people of color, there would have been dozens and dozens of people of color that people would have listed. But when it comes to the Black community, there were only the same 3 people that were brought up over and over and over again. And like I said, that's a problem within itself, which we will be talking about. And I believe the reasoning why people can only name about 3 influencers is because there is a lack of representation of Black influencers on YouTube. Specifically, there are a lack of Black influencers who have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And I've talked about this before, but this is a different video, so I'm gonna talk about it again. I tweeted and I said, can you name 10 white influencers that have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube? Can you name 10 trans people on YouTube that have over 1 million subscribers? Can you name 10 people part of the LGBTQIA+ community who have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube? I feel like easily you could do that. But then I asked, can you name 10 Black beauty influencers who have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube? And if you can do that, how many of them are Black boys in the beauty industry that have over 1 million subscribers? I can let you know right now, there are none. There is not a single Black male YouTuber part of the beauty community that has over 1 million subscribers. Not one. And that is an issue. Now, when it came to this collab that James did, I'm not saying that it's his job to shout out Black people. It's not his job to make sure that there are Black people who have millions of subscribers, but he has a platform to expose Black men and women so that maybe other people who watch his content will go watch that content. Again, it's not his job and it's not his fault because of systemic oppression and systemic issues the fact that YouTube's algorithm does not push Black content creators onto everybody else. You can't tell me that it's fake, because I, for a fact, know that it's true. It's true. I watch a lot of Black content creators, but how come I'm getting pushed to all of these other white YouTubers who have nothing to do with what I'm interested in? So the algorithm does not work for Black and brown people, and this is in all communities. Take my channel, for example. I talk about the same things that all other drama channels talk about, but I'm sitting at 4,000 subscribers while they are sitting at hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Within the beauty community, the top influencers have between 15 and 19 million subscribers. They happen to be either white or non-Black people of color, while the biggest Black influencer, Jackie Aina, is sitting at 3 million subscribers. If that doesn't show you that there's a difference, then I don't know what else to tell you. So the beauty community is saturated in white privilege. And before you guys start with white privilege is not a thing, this is what I mean by white privilege. White privilege means you actively benefit from the oppression of people of color. You are the dominant representation on all media. I'm talking TV, I'm talking movies, I'm talking radio, and of course I'm talking YouTube and social media. You are the dominant representation, and representation matters. It 100% matters. That's like little girls who want to grow up to be something that is male dominated. They think they can't do it because they do not see themselves represented. That's why it's so important to have all types of representation. And for whatever reason, systemic oppression, systemic racism, Black people are always at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to representation. So a lot of people kept asking, well, how come Jackie wasn't in the video? How come Jackie wasn't in the video? And I thought about it, and I talked to people about it. And if you think about it, Jackie and James have two very different brands. I'm not saying one is better than the other because I like them both, but their brands are very, very, very different. So if Jackie would have said, yes, I want to be in that video, she again would have been what? The token Black girl. And if you really think about it, Jackie being in that video would have benefited James more than it would have benefited Jackie. And let me tell you how I know this. Remember how I told you there are no Black boys in the beauty industry who have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube? Well, let's look at Vic and Cam. Vic and Cam have both been part of a launch that Jeffree Star has done. Jeffree Star has 18 million subscribers. The fact that they have been part of a launch with Jeffree Star, they have been in photo shoots with Jeffree, they get sent PR by Jeffree. Jeffree has probably tweeted them or has said kind things about them, and not a single person who follows and supports and subscribes to Jeffree, not once did they go and support Vic and Cam. I don't know if it's because Jeffree didn't actively say, hey, go follow these people. But with that being said, even just showing their face did nothing for Vic and Cam, but it did everything for Jeffree so that people can sit back and go, see, he's not racist. He has Black people in his campaign. See, he's not racist. He follows these Black people on Twitter. See, he's not racist. He took a picture with this Black person. So, looking back on that, Jackie being part of James's collab would not have benefited Jackie at all. It would have benefited James by a lot. So with that being said, what needs to happen is Black men and women in the beauty industry, they need to be just as equal as their counterparts. There's no reason that the top beauty guru who has 19 million subscribers should have triple of what the top Black beauty guru should have, period. There's no reason that should be a thing. And especially our Black boys in beauty. what do we need to do to make sure that our Black boys are thriving and that our Black boys are reaching millions of people? And I know that they probably get a head start. They start posting, but then they get discouraged because they see that their white counterpart does the same thing, but gets double and triple and quadruple the views. That's discouraging. So I'm sure that maybe this much of it has to do with the fact that they may not be consistent, but at the same time, I can see that they are discouraged, very discouraged. You think that I don't sit up here and I talk about this knowing that on a good day, I'm gonna get 1,000 views? You think that's not discouraging to me? It's very discouraging. But one thing I refuse to do is be silenced. And that's what keeps me going. I have to keep myself going. But social media makes it hard for somebody to continue to grow. It's so hard and it's so discouraging. A lot of these people who grew, a lot of these white and non-Black people of color who have grown, it's because a bigger person, usually a bigger non-Black person, has shouted them out and said, hey, you should go watch them. It's the power of your voice. And people are not using the power of their voice to push Black content creators. Do you know how many people are in my DMs daily? I love your videos. I love what you're doing. Keep pushing, keep going. And I am. And we are. But nobody with over 20,000 subscribers are telling their subscribers, hey, you should probably go watch Cherita. Hey, you should probably go watch Neon MUA. Hey, you should probably go watch all these amazing other Black influencers. There is a seat at the table for everybody. I strongly believe in that. I want to sit at the same table as everybody else. As long as they are doing what they should be doing, they're not problematic, come on, come sit. I don't care. Did you see how I just scooted on over to make room for the next person? That's what this is about. So when I said that James Charles, his collab video was a direct representation of what the beauty community is, that's what it was. And the sad part is, through no fault of his own, is that he probably reached out to the Black people that he knows of, but that's not enough. There are so many Black boys in the beauty industry who would have killed to have been in that video. And that could have been exposure for them. But maybe James doesn't know those people. Why? Because they're not being pushed by anybody except for Black men and women. And we are a small community, very small. So how can we help out our Black boys in the beauty industry? There's a video by Miles J. If you guys don't know who he is, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm gonna link the video below. He did a video, I wanna say maybe about a year ago. It was shouting out 22 Black queer makeup artists. That video a year ago is sitting on like, I don't know, like 800,000 views. I'm probably wrong. But those individuals are not growing at the rate that their counterparts are growing. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, you shouldn't be comparing yourselves. You shouldn't compare yourselves. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's hard not to compare. It's very hard not to compare when you see somebody doing the exact same thing as you, but you do not grow. So who am I holding accountable for what's going on? I'm holding YouTube accountable, I'm holding society accountable, and I'm holding our white allies accountable, because allyship is so important. It's so important to any oppressed group. So let's get our Black beauty boys to 1 million subscribers. Can we do that? It needs to be done. So anyways, that is my video for today. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Also, do not forget to link up with me on my social media. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye!